If you take a look at all the non-Pro iPhones available right now, there are 6 models as of 2023. And out of these 6 models, only 2 are actually value for money non-Pro iPhones. And other than these 2 iPhones, I would highly recommend you to not even look at the other 4 models. And actually there are a very small amount of people who would, benefit from the other 2 models. But I will talk about that at the end, so make sure you stick till that. So without wasting any precious time, let us begin. Now, the 2 non-Pro iPhones that I've been referring to as great value for money is the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 15. The regular versions, the 6.1-inch versions. So let me just start off with the iPhone 13, and I am going to be comparing that with the iPhone 14 because both are literally the same smartphones, like literally. Now, on the iPhone 14, you get 1 extra core, but to be honest, that is not going to make a huge difference. Trust me, it is not. And on the iPhone 14, you get few other features like action mode and photonic engine, but nothing great. So there is a 10,000 rupee price difference between both these smartphones, and these 3 additional features are not going to justify the 10,000 rupees that you're going to spend on the iPhone 14. So if you want a relatively new iPhone but don't want to spend a whole lot of money on the iPhone 15, then I would highly suggest you to go with the iPhone 13. Skip the iPhone 14 because it is just a rebranded iPhone 13 with 2 new features which actually don't matter. Like, there is not a significant difference between both. Now, for example, say if there was a difference on the iPhone 14, say like it had a higher megapixel count or higher resolution picture output, then I would have recommended that. But right now there's nothing like that, no difference. Again, I don't know how much I can stress this. I've seen people make this mistake, spend extra money for the iPhone 14 thinking it is, better than the iPhone 13. But no, it is literally the same smartphone. So don't waste your money, save the 10,000 bucks and go ahead with the iPhone 13. If you want a relatively new phone that will come for the next 4 or 5 years without any issues, because I am using an iPhone 13. I mean, this is not the 13, this is the 13 mini, but still a really solid phone. I mean, with this tiny smartphone, I am getting a whole day battery life. So imagine with the bigger one, you will comfortably, end the day with solid battery. So don't make the mistake of going with the iPhone 14, buy the iPhone 13. And now consider you want a relatively modern iPhone with dynamic island and things like that. Last year, the only option was to go with the iPhone 14 Pros, and that was expensive and bulky. But right now, Apple has unified everything with the 15 series. So if you want a relatively modern iPhone with, newer specs, better cameras, better displays, overall good in-hand feel, then I would suggest go with the base model iPhone 15. It kind of is exactly like the iPhone 14 Pro minus the huge bulk and heaviness to it. And in my opinion, this is one of the best non-Pro iPhones Apple has launched after the 13. So the 14 was not that great, to be honest, not that great. The 15 is an amazing option. Now, of course, it is right now 79,000 rupees. It is expensive, but trust me, the prices will go down. Because when I bought this smartphone, initially it was around 70,000 rupees. I mean, I was an idiot. I could have waited 2 months, because after 2 months, this dropped by 6,000 or 5,000 rupees. And even after 4 months, this dropped even further. So please wait. If you want a relatively modern iPhone, the prices will definitely drop. And with the iPhone 15, you get amazing features. You get, first of all, a better design, something which is much more comfortable, no sharp edges. And that is great. You have a frosted back, so no unwanted fingerprints. You get a much better processor, A16, which was on the iPhone 14 Pro, so still a solid performer. You get an amazing display with the dynamic island, so no more notches. So overall, it is a really modern iPhone, a really powerful iPhone. But you need not go with the Pros to get all those features. Now you can get the regular iPhone. So if you want something newer, then definitely go with the iPhone 15. With that said, there are 4 iPhones which I suggested you to kind of not even look at. But within those 4, there are 2 which a certain amount of people might like. But that is a very small number, like so small. And that is the iPhone 14 Plus and the iPhone 15 Plus. Now, these are smartphones only for those who want a very big iPhone but don't want to go with the Pro models. I'm not a guy who likes big smartphones. I think they're too uncomfortable to use. I mean, they don't justify, getting hand pain. It's horrible. But there are people who love big smartphones, and for them, the iPhone 14 Plus and the iPhone 15 Plus would be an appealing model because, they are huge smartphones, they are powerful. So, all in all, it is good for, people who want that. But make sure if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, go with the 14 Plus. But if you want a very modern looking one, then go with the 15 Plus. Other than that, please skip the iPhone 14 and definitely skip the iPhone SE, because even though it is a good smartphone, I would not justify buying that because the battery life is horrible. Don't even get this for your parents. Unless you are a parent who wants your kid to use their smartphone less, then maybe get this because the battery drains like so. Other than that, don't get the iPhone SE. With that said, let me conclude this video in a very simple manner. Out of these 6 non-Pro iPhones, I would highly suggest you to look at 2, the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 15. If you want a relatively modern iPhone that will serve for 3-4 years without any issues and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, then go with the iPhone 13. But if you want an iPhone that is modern, kind of looks like the Pros and has dynamic island, the latest chipset and stuff like that, then definitely go with the iPhone 15, because I'm pretty sure you can't go wrong with both of these, because both of these are amazing. And definitely don't buy the iPhone 14 because it's just a rebranded iPhone 13, and definitely don't buy the iPhone SE. It's a good phone but has horrible battery life, and if you're someone who loves big screen smartphones, only then consider the Plus models, or else please skip that. With that said, thanks for watching, and this here is Suman signing off once again. Catch you later.